Isaiah was a prophet who lived more than 700 years before the birth of Jesus. He wrote an entire book of the Bible, filled with all the messages God gave him for the people of Israel. But Isaiah wasn't always a prophet. He was just an ordinary person who had an encounter with God that changed his life.
In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw the Lord, high and exalted, seated on a throne, and the train of his robe filled the temple.
Now, you might think it would be exciting to see God, but Isaiah was actually terrified. He suddenly realized that he hadn't been following God the way he should have. But God wasn't angry with Isaiah. God's heart was full of forgiveness, and he had something special for Isaiah to do.
Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, "Who shall I send? And who will go for us?" And I said, "Here am I, send me."
God was looking for someone to be his prophet, the one who would carry his message. Being a prophet was not easy. Sometimes God's prophet had to tell people that they weren't following God, that they were making wrong choices. And that's not something anyone wants to hear. But God also gave Isaiah a promise of hope. He gave Isaiah a message about the Messiah, the one who would come to save people from those wrong choices. Isaiah made a courageous decision to follow God. And because he said yes to God, he got to tell everyone about this extraordinary promise.
The people walking in darkness have seen a great light. On those living in the land of deep darkness, a light has dawned. For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be on his shoulders. And he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Of the greatness of his government and peace there will be no end.
Isaiah didn't know who this Messiah would be, the child that God promised. But we do. The child's name was Jesus, and he wasn't just anyone's son. He was God's son. God sent his own son to be the Messiah, the saving one. And he used Isaiah, an ordinary person like you and me, to tell everyone about it.